What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 50th episode of the Hot Takes podcast. We have made it to episode 50. Definitely a proud moment. We could all give a round of applause for that. I am here with the classic crew of the Hot Takes podcast. I am here with my co-host, as always, Luke Ganz. Thank you for being here.
Of course, wouldn't miss it.
And I'm also here with my cameraman, as always, Joe Critelli. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Joe, it has been a little bit. You were here last episode, but you had something wrong with your voice last time, so I'm glad you're here being able to talk once again as well, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty good now.
Cool. I am happy to hear. So this episode, because it's our 50th, we're going to take a look back to our past episodes as we do the top 5 favorite podcast topics that we've done so far. I looked back on a lot of the podcasts, which was cool to do, just to see video quality wise, to see how we spoke wise, like everything, and how we progressed. So we'll talk about that more when we get there. But we're going to get into our news roundup first. I have 2 movie reviews I want to talk about, and one little bit of DC news. And obviously, if you guys have anything else you'd want to bring up too, you're more than welcome to. So my first up is a movie review, and it's for Borat 2, or otherwise known as Borat subsequent movie film. So my thoughts on it, I thought it was good. Definitely and probably obviously not better than the first movie. But I thought it was all right. I review movies from a 0 to 10 basis, including decimals, on my Instagram stories. And I believe I gave it like a 6.4 or 6.5.
7.
It might have been a 6.7.
I thought it was a 6.7.
I could double check right now.
No, I believe it don't matter.
Yeah, well, it's around there. Like, say like the 6.4, 6.7 range it was at.
So it's a 65 to 67.
Yeah.
In a 100-point scale.
Yeah, right.
Great.
So that's the score I gave it. I got a lot of responses from that Instagram story, like, really? Like, that's really what you thought? And truthfully, yeah. The thing is, I didn't think it was that funny, to be completely honest with you. The first time I tried watching it, it was at night. I fell asleep. And then I watched it during the day the next day. And when I finally watched it fully through, it was funny, but it was just not as funny as the first one. And I think I was expecting it to be so much more funnier than it was, that it also ruined it for me a little bit.
A lot of movies times. Yeah, like that's what it'll do.
Now, a couple of my friends that I talked to that also watched it, they're like, oh, I don't know about this movie. They seem to have been picking on the Republican side a lot and whatnot. That's not what bothered me, like, at all. I didn't mind it, actually. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It just wasn't that funny to me. That's all I really have to say. So yeah, I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen, he's a genius. I mean, it takes some skill to elaborate the pranks that he pulled during those scenes in the movie.
Exactly.
So that, kudos to him for that. The daughter, the lady who plays her daughter, was phenomenal too.
Yeah. And
she's like a first-time coming actress as well.
I think so, yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So she did very well for the position she got put in as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I know they're getting sued now. I don't know if that dropped or not, but you know, Amazon Prime's getting sued now for the movie, just like how the first movie he got sued a whole bunch as well.
I mean, that's expected.
Yeah, it's expected.
It's like whatever. I mean, I would expect them to probably make their money back to cover the lawsuit regarding whatever it might be. I haven't watched it yet. I'm excited to watch it just because, like, I mean, the first one was great. It was so funny, and I think this one will be good because of the time that we're in. I do agree that it's like, you know, I heard a lot of people saying that as well about the Republicans. Like, you know, some people were saying it's like a political thing. Like, it ties into the fucking election being right around the corner. It's like,
here's the thing. That's what's happening now.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. And you're right, and everyone else is right. This was the time to make this movie.
Yeah, of course.
This was the time to make the movie.
This was genius to make the movie. Listen, at the end of the day, is it going to sway votes? Like, I don't think a ton of people are going to watch it and be like, oh my God, I'm a Republican. I really got to change my... Like,
yeah, right.
It's not, you know, they're going to make fun of the Republicans. Great. Like, most of the Republicans are like old school Christian, like that's
Yeah,
like their
right.
mindset. So like, yeah, they're easier to pick on because not that their brains are more or whatever. They're just like, like they're just a little bit like more old school with their beliefs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this way or that way, and they don't think as freely with it. And again, that's just me generalizing it. That's not every person. Please don't take offense to it.
Yeah, right.
But just in general, that's how it is, But I'm excited to watch it. I think it'll be decent. But again, I heard it wasn't as good as, obviously the first one. But I mean, it's hard to do.
Yeah. You're bringing up if that's going to sway votes. Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, I even think the debates alone won't even sway vote. People already know who they're voting for.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I mean,
So
yeah.
like that's that. Otherwise, about the movie, I thought the soundtrack was great too. Like that,
Yeah.
the kind of I guess Kazakhstan music.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
I think it was fantastic. They did a lot of covers of American songs
that's
in it,
amazing.
and made it like a Kazakhstan
That's good.
version. So I thought that was very good too. I definitely think it's a must-watch still.
Okay,
It's definitely a
good.
must-watch.
Just like your next
Borat. Yeah, just like my next
Must
one.
watch.
So moving on, I have another movie review.
Oh my God.
And this is a Netflix original movie, an Adam Sandler movie, Hubie Halloween. So I didn't like Adam Sandler at all to begin with. What's up, Joe?
Isn't it like Hubie Halloween?
Oh, Hubie. I think
Hubie.
No, Hubie. It is
is
Hubie.
his name.
Halloween?
Yeah,
Are you
Hubie Halloween.
Are you correcting him? Are you assuming that you knew?
I was assuming that I knew.
Should we put you in?
Take me.
How about you go in the timeout corner? Wonderful. This podcast is going great. All right. No, yeah, it's Hubie. Hubie's Halloween or whatever it is.
Yeah, Hubie Halloween. Was never really a big fan of Adam Sandler. Quarantine hit, started watching a bunch of movies. I was watching Comedy Central all day, and a bunch of his movies were playing, and
Yeah.
I gained a little bit more respect for Adam Sandler. Like, I started to be comfortable and, like, evolved with, like, the way his movies are, you know what I mean? Evolution.
Yeah, like
So this movie comes out, and I thought it was hilarious. Like, you have to go into this movie expecting an Adam Sandler
yeah, I mean,
stupid movie.
Yeah.
And for that being that, it was fantastic. And I gave that on my Instagram stories an 8.6 or 7. And yes, I rated it higher than Borat. I thought it was a lot funnier than Borat, to be completely honest with you.
all right, so I guess I need to watch Borat like ASAP because I watched Hubie's Halloween.
Oh, you did watch
Yeah,
it.
I watched it.
I thought it was great.
Oh man, how do I? So I love Adam Sandler. I grew up on Adam Sandler, and I like loved his shtick back in the day. Just like he was just the funny guy, right?
Yeah.
That's just him, Will Ferrell, like that's like their thing. I liked it. I didn't love it. Like I think it was quirky. It was like I put it on in the background and I watched it, and it was kind of interesting to learn, like to watch it and whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I just think the biggest thing with him is it's just like I love that he's still acting, and I'm not saying don't act.
Yeah.
But like it almost comes to the point of where like do you like these guys that are his crew that's making these movies still, I like would love to see them, but like I might want to see other people as the leads with them in it.
It's
Not
always the
like
same people.
Them, yeah, and like I love that. That's their core group, and they're always in the same movies. And you kind of love and respect that like they can have those cameos and stuff
Yeah.
and do that. But like I don't know. I saw Uncut Gems, and I liked Uncut Gems. I didn't love it. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was everyone generationally changing or whatever. But I thought he did an amazing job acting in that movie. So then it kind of goes, and I'm like, all right, well, for him to do that and then kind of do this,
go
it's
back.
like I'm all about him doing the comedy still.
Yeah.
But you kind of sit there and you're like, oh man, like this is. But again, it was a fun, campy.
Yeah, it was
Family
fun,
movie.
campy, and family
I
movie,
told
yes.
you when I watched it, I said my favorite part was when the shit gets thrown at him, and throughout the movie,
that
evolves.
was
That was, in
hilarious.
my opinion, the funniest because it starts as eggs, then it goes to rocks, then it goes to
Cinder blocks.
things, and then it was cinder blocks and televisions. And
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. Like the older, the more it went forward, like it actually started to become funnier there.
Yeah.
Some of the side characters were funny, you know. I mean, it was pretty good. I thought the kids actually did a really good job.
The kids did a good job.
Just like,
one of them was from Stranger
yeah,
Things.
it's Will Byers.
Will.
Byers, yeah. Byers.
I love the part with his thermos.
The thermos is funny.
The
how it
Swiss
does
Army
everything.
knife. Yeah, that does
Swiss
everything.
Army thermos?
Yeah, the Swiss
Yeah.
Army. I thought that was hilarious
yeah.
too. I love the beginning. The eggs are getting thrown at him.
And he's catching
like, boom,
them.
boom, boom. Breakfast. Drinks it and
drinks it and
throws up.
Just violently throws up 30 seconds
I
later.
thought that was hilarious.
That was probably the part that, like, I'll be honest, that was the part that got me, like, okay, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I watched that, he did it, and I did chuckle. I'm like, all right, that's funny. I'm like, that's just, like, I love throw-up comedy, and I'm terrified of throw-up, like, terrified. I hated throwing up as a kid, still hate it now. Makes me want to gag. But like I just thought that was funny. I was like, dude, that's spot on. Like I'm just violently chucks. But no, that was good. But yeah, no, I thought again it was a movie that you'd watch with your family and just hang back to and do whatever. If I wouldn't probably watch it again, but if someone was like, let's watch it again, I'd be like, okay.
I think I'm on that same boat as you with that.
I'd be like, sure.
A couple of my criticism was it for it. Like the side characters were okay.
Yeah.
Like you said, the kids were pretty good in it. The love story didn't really make a lot of sense, like at all.
Yeah.
And just the overall story in general. Once again, you got to expect what to expect from an Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
the story was nothing great at all. It was just funny to me,
Yeah,
and that's why I
I
liked it.
It was a Sandler movie.
It was a Sandler movie.
I
Exactly.
knew what it was.
Yeah. But that's it there. You have not watched either Borat or Hubie Halloween, have you?
No.
No, you haven't? Okay. Why did you wait so long?
Thanks for the response.
I keep thinking about how I like tried to like correct you on the name and I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's Hubie, sir. Kind sir, why don't you shut the fuck up? Like,
Definitely check out Borat. I don't know why you didn't want to watch it the other night.
Dude, I wanted to watch some Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, I feel you. I
But,
feel you.
No, I will watch it soon. I love.
are you that guy that like if everybody's sitting in a room together and everyone's trying to like vote on one thing to watch, you like stick to your guns with that thing, and if it doesn't go on, you either walk out or like just don't watch it?
I feel like Joe is more or less like, all right, so here's the thing that we do at his house. We'll go on Netflix and just scroll at shows for 30 minutes. Feel like,
Until you
yeah,
find
this one
something.
looks... We might not even find something to watch, right, Joe? We'll just like scroll and preview a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, oh, that looks good. But the ones that we do want to choose, Joe will be like, nah, not this one. Not this
I want
one.
to watch some stupid ass shit.
I don't know about that, but that's how it
Don't listen
usually
to him.
goes. Yeah. All right. The last thing I have is a little bit of news as far as the Snyder Cut once again. Deathstroke, the guy who plays him, Joe Manganiello.
I think that's Sofia Vergara's husband.
It is, yes.
Yep, there you go.
He is filming new scenes for the Snyder Cut. He does appear in Justice League in a post-credit scene with Lex Luthor, as Lex Luthor's trying to get a league of his own. Who knows? Who knows if that's ever gonna happen? Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that tidbit up. I said the same.
Tidbit up.
Bird up. Dun, 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 dun.
Bird up.
The worst show on television. It seems like they're really trying to make the Snyder Cut more than what his original movie was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like they're going to be adding a lot more scenes that were probably never in this original script of his to adapt it more to this 6-part series.
100%. So have you heard of it's a thing called Money?
Of course. But they're also spending a lot more money.
But they're spending to make... Yeah. To also attempt at grabbing that fan base back. Like, that's
100%.
That's I mean, like, listen, you're sitting there in DC's headquarters going, okay, what can we do better? As you look across and the table across from you, like, this is like your high school cool kids table. They're in whatever little office building they're in, and they're looking across the street to the top where Marvel headquarters is, with every single one of their movies sitting at a 30-foot long table.
Right.
And DC's sitting there with 8 properties that it's like, Wonder Woman's at the head. Not that it matters that it's a woman. Wonder Woman's probably the best of the movies.
Yeah.
You give or take, whatever you want to say.
You're right.
Boom, Wonder Woman's at the head. She's the one running the shit because everything else is...
Yeah.
whatever you want to say it is. So, again, I mean, like, it's genius for them. Make a 6-part thing. Make people have to watch it. Like, yeah, genius. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, my God,
Is it going to be good?
It's like, you said this was all from you. Now you're sitting there and you had to have people, like, go and say, okay, what else can we add?
Yeah. Originally, they weren't even going to have reshoots, and now they're in reshoots.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, hello, you said it was the Snyder cut. It was everything that you had in the movie that was a certain way. Now you're reshooting. So now I'm sitting here like, what the
Yeah,
dude,
I'm the same way too. I'm like, what's really going on with it? I think it's going to be a lot of fan service. And here's the thing, like, I'm buying into it.
Yeah,
I love that the Joker's being, despite it being Jared Leto, I love that a Joker is being added to Justice League. I love that Deathstroke is being added more into Justice League. You know what I mean? So these key characters, these very popular characters being added more into the mix, I really like.
We'll just have to... I mean, like, it's smart. It's genius of them to do. But, like, we'll have to see. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to believe or live up to any of their shit until I see some of it and go, okay, like, this is good. Or, okay, this is just all you guys are doing is buying into fan service. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So...
The other thing that concerns me is the oversaturation of characters, which DC is pretty well known for as far as... Batman v Superman storylines, Suicide Squad storylines, and whatnot.
I mean, like, again, I just think we have to see what the hell they do with 6 episodes. Like, again, this goes back to my problem last time where it's like, I get the Joker thing, but, like, you're adding a Joker... isn't the main bad guy, like, supernatural?
Yeah, he is.
So why is the Joker relevant?
He's probably not going to have a big part in it.
Yeah,
I don't think Deathstroke is going to have a big part in it.
No, and that's fine.
Either.
But it's like I'm sitting there and I'm like, you have 6 episodes to explain the story of you going after something like this, adding more context to your main characters, but then you're also throwing other side villains that you wanted to put more of. Now they're getting main spot, like... You know, I just don't get it, I guess. Like, you know, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm confused.
I truly don't get it either because I don't see where they would fit. I especially don't see where Joker would fit.
I literally just see them throwing the Joker into scenes and him just, like, in the background. Like, that's literally how I envision it. Like, they're just, like, they're fighting, like, the main villain, and then you just see Joker, like, hi, I'm Paul, and just, like, dip.
Yeah.
You know? But, again, that's just from a DC hater, so, like, you know. And that's a DC hater that's a Batman lover. Like... That trilogy. So, like, the Nolan trilogy, I love it. So, like, you know, I'm not trying to talk shit on Batman and
you just like what's actually good.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I like quality
That's
stuff.
Normal. That's
kind of
normal.
like The Walking Dead. Thought I was going to go far without it, didn't I?
One last thing I wanted to bring up before moving on. I watched on Netflix the other night Batman the Killing Joke. It's a rated R animated movie
with,
that got released
Mark
on...
Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's the Joker, yeah.
Yeah, and whoever voices Batman in the Batman animated series. Yo, that was a good movie.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's rated like the top 3.
He is.
People give him like a
He's
top
the best
3
Joker
spot.
voice.
Yeah.
He's the best Joker voice.
I mean, like, some people rate him better than Ledger. Not many people. But, like, a lot of people that like the animated stuff more.
Of course.
They stick to their original guns of animated stuff. Those are the ones that kind of, like, say that.
To me, you really can't compare them.
No, I mean, you can. They're different Jokers. Like,
yeah.
It's just, I mean, like, almost every Joker is a different Joker.
Right, but I'm talking about, like, you're talking about, like, Mark Hamill's only voicing this character.
Yeah.
Not actually, like... being dressed up and playing
but I will play
character.
devil's advocate and say he does bring the character to life because obviously,
without a doubt.
But you know, so like as much as yes, he's not in the studios and he's not doing the makeup and the this and the that. I mean, he's bringing a character that is just. I mean, think about it. You just said that was a good movie. it's a cartoon. Like, not to downplay cartoons, but like that's what it is. So you're talking about, you think that's probably one of the better parts of the movie, him, right? He's probably one of the best parts of it.
Yeah.
So you're giving praise to a guy that is just voicing a character. So you know what I'm saying? So like, yes, we're going to downplay it and be like, well, he didn't dress the part, act the part, do whatever, but that's not to downplay the fact that, I mean, he's bringing a character that's just a film animated, drawn up guy and putting him forefront and putting him in the top 3 of Jokers, and that's coming from a list of Jokers that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Although I feel like you can't compare like a live action Joker to a cartoon Joker. He very well deserves that spot on people's list for being a top Joker because he does, like you said, bring the character to life.
Definitely.
Dude, I'm telling you, watch it. The end of that movie is
crazy.
Yeah. It's nuts. Batman's doing some shit you wouldn't expect him to do.
Drugs.
That
Stay off drugs, kids.
But that's all I'll really say about it. I think you both definitely should watch it for sure.
I definitely will.
Word. As far as news roundup, we could either end it there, or did you guys have anything else?
Mandalorian's on Friday, so I'm excited to see how that goes. We're very excited.
Yep.
It's 50 minutes, 59 minutes, something like that. So
really?
It's an hour long, so I'm very excited about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And apparently it's getting a lot of praise for just like the intro episode.
Okay.
We'll see. Pablo Pascal, who was not talking at all, now is talking. So you gotta guess that Disney and him came to some type of agreement and arrangement from it. I was looking at pictures. The toys, there's a couple toys of him and his helmet is off and it's his face, actual face. So, maybe we'll finally see it this season. Maybe, we'll get a scene without it. Maybe more, because he wanted more scenes without it.
Yeah,
and he just wanted his face to be tied to it.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, again, though, like my thing is I like him as an actor, but he's got to stop being selfish. The point of it, you shouldn't have signed up for a show of a character that has to wear his helmet if you
stick
wanted
to the lore.
to wear your helmet.
Respect the lore.
Like if down the line in season 3 they're like, screw it, we're taking your helmet off permanently, then do it. Like, great, that's awesome. But if they're trying to tell a story of what Mandalorians are and who they are and what they do in this, then stop complaining about taking your freaking helmet off. Like,
say further down the line, right? Like way further down the line, he goes rogue from being a Mandalorian, and he does take off all that gear, and he's like hiding in plain sight, and you're seeing his face the whole time.
I have a hot take that he dies this season. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. But a little part of me wants to say that he will die this season, and someone else will take the reins of it. And I say that because this Mandalorian was not as big of a push. No one knew who Din Djarin was prior to this show coming out. People knew who Sabine were. People knew who Bo-Katan and Kryze were from the Clone Wars, stuff like that. So technically, if that gains enough foot traffic and that gains enough publicity and whatever, they could make it that he dies saving the baby. Everyone loves it. It's a great way for him to go out, which I would love because that's a great dynamic that I don't want to see them immediately get rid of, but it would be a great way to do it. I mean, think about it. He dies. Baby Yoda goes on a killing spree with the people that killed him.
That'd be a sick scene
murders
to see.
Everybody, and then Sabine or Bo-Katan or whoever, some other Mandalorian that is tied within that, then takes on the arc, and then you have Ahsoka and that person doing what they can to raise the baby, train him, do this, do that.
This is too hot for me.
Hey, it's a good
The
take.
creative juices are flowing. But no, yeah, I mean, again, we'll see. Only other things, too. Eric Andre's out. Love it. It's amazing. It's so funny. If you haven't watched the Eric Andre show, and if you like just your comedy, your comedy movies, you're not going to like this show. But if you like that dark, effed up comedy with a little bit of just oh my God, this is a trip, you'll love it. It's amazing. I have not laughed that hard at a show in a very long time. I was just sitting there literally just laughing at every single scene that came out and the positions he puts people in. But it's amazing. And then I don't know if there's anything else. So remember how I talked about I started that show Twin Peaks? I finished it. I loved it. I thought seasons 1 and 2, the ones from the 90s, were amazing. Really well done. They made a Showtime version of it for season 3, where the character went missing in season 2. He comes back 25 years later. Spoiler. It's a trip.
Yeah.
But it's not a trip that I necessarily like right now. So back then they couldn't make it as much horror and they couldn't do as much with it because it was an ABC show. Mm-hmm. So you can do what you can do. It was suspenseful, it was a little violent, it was a little scary, but that was it.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more violent, a little bit more trippy, a little bit more scary. But the thing is I don't know. I'm only 4 episodes in. It's pretty long, but my brain is all over the place. So, just as professional news, I hope that I like it.
Yeah.
I hope I don't continue to feel like I'm my brain's in a blender.
Right.
But we'll see.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's changing anytime soon because that's where I'm at right now. It is confusing.
Okay.
It's so confusing. But whatever.
Alrighty. I think we'll move on to our one and only topic. Very special topic for our 50th episode, which is our top 5 favorite podcast topics that we've done so far. So we're going to do where I go first, then Luke, then Joe, then me, then Luke, then Joe, and so on. And what we're going to do is we're going to announce our number 5, number 4, number 3, and when we announce them, we're going to explain why we like those episodes, that episode and whatnot, and that topic. And then we're actually going to show you guys clips from these episodes where we're going to compare and contrast our top 5s from then to now. So I'll start off. My number 5, my 5th favorite podcast topic is episode 23, which was the top 10 animes of all time. So, you know what? I'll do a little bit of explaining. So,
little prep.
A little prep for this video. So, I wasn't that big into anime at all when we made this episode. And the people I had on were Matt Ellis and and Jesse.
Yes, correct.
I believe. And the joke was, for me, when I did my top 10 of this, was that each number I did, it was going to be the same anime, which was the only anime I watched at the time, which was My Hero Academia. So without
No Dragon Ball Z?
Never even watched Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, no. So, not yet. So we're going to watch this quick clip real quick. Joe, you could get out of your seat too if you want to watch.
I'll watch it
real quick. Big anime guy, as you guys know.
Here, put it here.
And so are all my fellow friends here. So we're going to get right into it. My number 10, My Hero Academia. It deals with superheroes. They all have their own unique quirks. It's pretty interesting. You all know I'm a superhero guy as well. It's fantastic. Deku's a great character. I love how they're progressing with it. And yeah, it's a great show. For my number 9, we got My Hero Academia. Alright, well, it's funny that you said My Hero Academia.
Oh,
because
really?
my number 8 is My Hero Academia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For number 7, I got My Hero Academia.
Okay.
So number 6, I have Okay. My Hero Academia. My number 5 is My Hero. My number 4, My Hero. Number 2, I got My Hero Academia.
Skip the number 3
So my
for some
number
reason.
1, if you didn't guess it already,
Fuck 3.
My Hero Academia.
What?
So I do have a confession to make.
You don't like My Hero Academia?
That would be a twist, wouldn't it? That would be a twist. I wish I thought of that.
Oh, that'd be great.
My Hero
Ellis, my arch
Academia
enemy.
is really the only anime I've really watched, only because of the superhero appeal to it. I don't think I would have watched it if it didn't have to do with like a
Superheroes.
tone, I guess.
All right, so that's that. Now, that was the whole running joke, basically, of the episode.
All I have to say is your list has changed dramatically.
Dramatically,
Drastically.
indeed. And my number 1 has changed. It's not My Hero Academia. So I have watched, besides My Hero, since then, I have watched 3 other animes, all these animes, excellent animes. I have to thank Joe for that because he's been
I want to guess what they are.
You want to guess what they are? Sure, go ahead.
So My Hero Academia.
Uh-huh.
One Punch Man?
Nope.
Damn it.
Not yet.
Didn't watch that yet.
I've heard that's a good one, so that's the only reason I said it. What's the one you just said you were watching?
Full Metal Alchemist.
That's it. I was going to say Full Metal Jacket, but that's definitely not it.
Yeah.
Full Metal Oculus.
Alchemist.
Naruto.
No.
Mother-
Never watched Naruto. It's
Avatar you don't count.
I don't count Avatar.
Okay,
I count that more as a cartoon.
And then, what's the one where he wears the straw hat?
One Piece.
One Piece.
I will never watch One Piece
Why?
because it's like 900 something episodes.
Oh.
I just don't have the time for that.
I just
shit.
watched it back in the day. I won't watch it now. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get many of those right at all.
So yes, I have to thank Joe. He's been like, I guess my Obi-Wan in a sense for animes. He's been showing me all the good ones, so it was hard to make this list, this updated list, I should say. So I've only watched 4 animes so far, so I have a top 4 list. My number 5 is Death Note. Now, that's really... Death Note is a phenomenal show. It's on the end of my list, though, because it was just a little slow at times. It's a slow burner, but it's very rewarding towards the end. It's very rewarding towards ends of episodes when there's a certain reveal that happens and whatnot. So it's a thriller-esque type of show.
Yeah, there's always something going on, and someone's always worried about something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a very, very good show. So that's why it's at my number 4. My number 3 is the one that me and Joe are currently watching right now, Full Metal Alchemist. That's once again fantastic show. Brotherhood, yes, can't forget that part. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
So you know what? Explain the difference between the original and Brotherhood.
I'm pretty sure the original is just worse in every way. It does have a little bit of extra explaining, like in the beginning parts.
Yeah.
Like when you're learning about what happened to these main characters. But it also kind of spoils the entire show in like a shorter period of time, and it's not necessarily as good.
Okay.
According to the masses on the internet, you know.
Right.
The interweb.
On Reddit.
Read it.
Anyway, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm not done with it yet, but I'm very close to being done with it. I am on the last episode of part 4, and there's 5 seasons. They call it parts on Netflix, but that's why I call it parts. But almost done with it. Basically on the last season. I think it's fantastic. I can't wait for the end. My predictions for the end, it's going to be very sad. That's all I feel like what's going to happen. The basis of Full Metal Alchemist, the 2 brothers one loses their whole body, the other brother loses parts of their bodies. They're trying to get it back the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, through this science magic called alchemy. It's very, very good, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a sad ending. That's all I'll say. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see, exactly. Very action-packed. My number 2 is My Hero Academia. It went from my number 1 to my number 2. I love that. I love that show because it deals with the superheroes like the video said. And it's the first anime I watched. It made me open the doors of anime.
Yeah, you got a love for it.
Yeah. And my number 1 is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Our friend, maybe not Luke's friend, our friend Matt Ellis would be very proud of me saying this because he has asked me for so long to watch this anime, and this was when I wasn't big with animes at all, and I was like, there's no shot I'm watching any of this garbage.
Yeah.
And now it's my number 1. JoJo is a fantastic show. It's hilarious. It's action-packed. The art is great. Dio's a boss. Jotaro's a boss. All the different JoJos are bosses. It's just a great show.
Boss Eye. So I will preface really quickly, I do not hate Matt Ellis. Matt Ellis is just my Joker.
Yes.
So he's constantly there. in the back of my head when I think everything is perfect and Gotham is safe. It's not. It never is.
Without him.
Exactly. I can't be without him because everything that I like, he hates, and that's how yin and yang, and that's how it all balances.
Yes.
So, Matt Ellis, you're the worst, but thanks.
He's also the best.
You're the best. You make me complete.
I'm actually planning on having him on an episode quite soon, so I kind of would like you to be there.
Listen, clear my schedule. I'll be there. You just gotta let me know what the topic is. Should it be like things we hate?
It is going to be
First thing.
It's going to be a video game topic.
Okay, great. I'll come in. First thing I hate, anime. Like, not,
Yeah.
Again, not that anime is my favorite thing, but like I'm just gonna I'll do that just to kind of stir the pot a little bit.
All right, Luke, you could go with your number 5.
Alrighty, my number 5. I had 2 honorable mentions on there. I'll really quickly just talk about my NFL players. One was a lot of fun just because it was good to talk football on here. It's not our main focus, not our main point of action normally, like sports and stuff, but it's something I'm passionate about and I love it, and we have a bunch of buddies and friends that like it, so that's great. I also put specialty episodes. I love when you do hosts of different people.
The spotlight,
yeah, exactly. The spotlight episodes. Any way to get people notoriety and give their name out and be able to do that is awesome. It's been really great to see a lot of people that we've grown up with, people that we don't know, but we were in circles, around, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Is really great. I'm excited to eventually come on for some. I'll be the background guy watching whatever, doing it. And soon hopefully get Wolf back on to do a WWE one because oh boy do I want to do that. Mount Rushmore WWE or even whatever it is.
That's a great.
We could probably get Chorman on because back in the day,
Yeah.
me and Chorman used to rock to WWE.
That's a great idea. I definitely need to add that on. Yeah.
Still watch it. It's garbage now, but it's still mindless nonsense, which is great for me. But my number 5, Suicide Squad roster. Oh boy, was that a blast.
Yeah. That was our second episode.
I was going to say, that was early. A lot of these are from the earlier portions of it.
Yeah.
And it was just because I think I think we've had the creative juices going forever with it, but I think back then we were just throwing stuff against the wall and seeing if it stuck, and it was we were just bam, 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 just seeing what was successful. And oh boy, was the Suicide Squad one an all-timer, man. I had some wild takes from that, and I stick with them. I stick with my boys, my roster.
All right.
Did any of them come at turn out?
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll first watch the video of what his roster was real quick. Alrighty.
Fingers crossed. So, my list, I only have one person returning.
Oh.
It's Killer Croc.
No volume?
I went quiet on you guys.
He's
cool. Part crocodile. So I think
Killer
that's pretty
Croc.
awesome. Killer Croc. Yeah, not a huge DC guy, so this is going to be a fun little time for me, but I also agree that I think I want Black Manta in it. I think Black Manta would be such a cool part of the series, the Suicide Squad grouping. I'd like to see Bronze Tiger too. Oh yeah, Bronze Tiger could be cool. I think it's a great segue in with that. And then King Shark. King Shark would be real cool.
King Shark, baby.
Again, I think all of those piled together with the combination of also putting Cheetah in the movie. I think Weasel would be great. There's a super villain named Weasel as well. And there's also 2 other supervillains named Firehawk and Penguin. So, I basically just picked all animals. So Suicide Squad is now made up of animals.
Every single animal
so it's
on Noah's
basically
Ark.
the animal Suicide Squad. It's PETA. So PETA now, it is in a universe where PETA decides to take on roles where they fight for the animals, and that is my list. So we have Cheetah, Weasel, Penguin, Killer Croc, Firehawk, Big Shark, Black
Shark,
and Bronze Tiger. So
Large
Shark, not Big Shark,
large
but
water
Big Shark. So that's mine. I think
large water
animals would add to the excitement of Suicide Squad. No humans, or
I like that.
all humans, but all named as animals.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep it the same. I would not change a single one. If anything, I would maybe try to add some type of like dinosaur-esque one that's not a crocodile, something maybe that can get larger.
Okay.
And then I would also want a mouse.
A mouse.
Not a superhero.
Just a mouse.
Just a mouse. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep the peace
Okay.
between everybody, you know.
A couple of things just from that clip. That episode, because it was our second episode, we didn't have this long table here.
No.
It was a small little table
was
right in the
right
middle
here, yep.
with just one of these mics
and
that
we
we
were
were
just
both
splitting.
sharing.
Yep,
That we were
exactly.
both sharing
That was-
there. We didn't have like the curtain in the back
Nope.
of you. Any of these pop figures. That all those stickers weren't on
Nothing.
this thing at all. Yeah, a lot has changed in the studio. I love how it. That's why when I was looking back, I love how it all progressed.
Oh my god,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
it's just evolving. It's evolving.
It's evolving. Yes,
We're on level 3 Charizard now. Yeah, we're on that third stage. No, like stage, Joe, I meant.
Level 36.
You can go.
Wait.
I know, Joe.
So I'm gonna, because that episode was so long ago and we finally have an official full roster for this movie, I'm gonna run down the list.
Can't wait. I'll keep a count on my hands how many
right.
I got right.
So Harley Quinn,
No.
Captain Boomerang, Rick Flag, Amanda Waller,
Nope.
Bloodsport, Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, Savant, Javelin, Ratcatcher 2. You should have had Ratcatcher. You should have had Ratcatcher. All right, ready? King Shark. Boom,
Bang,
boom, boom.
got
You got
one.
one.
Nice.
Mongol, Thinker, Solsoria, Blackguard, TDK, and of course, Weasel.
Bang! 2. 2.
Weasel is in
man.
there.
Oh, yeah.
I will be honest with you,
Oh.
when you said that name, first off, I had no idea who
No clue.
Weasel
No,
was.
I didn't either.
And
Still
I was
don't.
like, what? Like, how did he find this guy?
Yeah.
like,
I think I typed in like DC animal related superheroes. And that was like what came up. So I was like, wonderful. Every single one of them.
when they first announced Weasel was going to be in the movie, I was like, this son of a bitch. He was
I
right.
knew. And I was like,
he
I
knew.
knew. Oh my god. Oh, like large water animal, King Shark. That was a layup. I knew that was going to happen.
King Shark, yeah. King Shark's he became very, very popular now.
Which is so weird.
very weird. Yeah.
It's got to be Shark Week related.
Yeah.
You know, something
Sharks
stupid
are
like.
cool, you know?
Yeah, man.
Oh, well, yeah, that was I did a really good job with that. I hit on all of them. I think personally, DC, you should probably reevaluate the people you picked and check my list out, because clearly you guys don't have the right direction or creative mindset to be making any type of a list. So
DC becomes animal activist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. PETA, yep.
Suicide Squad, PETA.
Yeah. The PETA squad.
Yep.
All right, Joe, you were up with your number 5.
All right, I don't know if you're going to think this one's like a little weird, because I didn't talk in this one. This was the one last week. It was, top 5 scariest TV shows.
Yep.
And I think the reason I like this so much was because I'm kind of like a bystander to like horror TV shows in general, as
Yeah.
I was a bystander here, I never really watch any scary TV shows. I did watch Haunting of Hill House, which was Joe Lupo's number 1.
Yep.
And, oof, I love that one. But
There you go.
I've yet to
besides
watch that
like,
one.
I tried watching like Hannibal. I was like, this is a little too creepy for me right
Yeah.
now.
Well, again, it teeters on like the reality. That's where you gotta like ghost spooky is like whatever, but Hannibal like is eating people spooky, and that's when you're like, okay, I don't like the concept of someone possibly eating my face.
The guy was like boiling some lungs or something.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
And he
Big
was, like,
pass.
Looking in as like a cop comes to his door asking him like help for about something.
Nope,
and he's
good.
just
Hard pass. We're good.
We're talking about Hannibal Lecter, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
like
the one
this
from
based off.
from the show.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
I think there was a TV show that ran on. I don't know.
Like, if I had to add my own input besides those 2 shows that I just talked about, I mean, like, I never really watched American Horror Story, even when it was in its prime. Like, I don't know if it's still in its prime. I
No.
don't know much about it.
It's not really in its prime anymore, but like people still love it, like it just because of the name, kind of like Star Wars.
Was it genuinely, like, scary, you would say? Like, the earlier seasons
Oh.
or creepy?
Yeah, I mean, it was scary back then. Like certain seasons of it were scary. It just depends on what, because like scary horror is really an awesome category because it does like horror and comedy are so much more alike than we know because like there's so many subtexts to it. Like horror is not just like boo, gotcha, like that's like, you know, like Black Mirror is different horror than what Friday the 13th is, you know? So I think that's really great about what makes horror interesting. I don't like horror either. I'm out on that. Like I don't like things that scare me like
Black Mirror is another interesting case. I do like Black Mirror.
That's like possible reality horror. Then you got regular horror, like pop scare horror.
Some episodes are a little ridiculous, but like at the same time, some of them like who knows? Maybe one of them has to be right.
Right. Yeah, I enjoyed that episode last week. I thought it was very good.
I really felt like every time you guys, like I've always felt like every time Joe Lupo's been here, the three of you guys have like a good connection going
Joe Lupo adds a good chemistry to it.
He does.
We like Joe Lupo here.
Yeah, 100%.
Joe Lupo
fans.
Know,
his list was good. Your list was good.
Joe Lupo's more the expert than we are, so like that was also good.
Like he said in the beginning, he's the Halloween special.
Exactly. Halloween special. Joe Lupo. We gotta put like a rafter up in the corner for him. Like, every year that he comes, like let him sign it.
Yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. I did really enjoy that episode from like the sidelines, you know.
Yes.
Creeping around.
I also liked how we were all in costume too. We haven't done something like that before either. Like we didn't do that for the horror movie episode, you know, which we actually did after Halloween. But
did we ever get the ratings
of
who had the best costume?
Oh no, we didn't. Not yet. It came out today, so we'll see. I'm gonna make an Instagram post. With all of our costumes and be like, comment below for which one you think is
Vote
better.
Me 2020 lag.
I remember you were Jay Cutler with a boxing glove.
I remember you were some dude in retirement.
All right, I'm gonna move on to my number 4, which is episode 16, which was the top 10 soundtracks of all time. Now, I really enjoyed this episode because I am a huge fan of original soundtracks for movies, TV shows, even video games. I'm so into these original soundtracks that I actually picked up the violin the other day.
Saw that.
I rented out a violin for 6 months, and I had my first lessons for it this past Saturday. Very hard instrument so far. My instructor even told me it's going to be a very hard instrument to learn, but I'm going to try to stick with it. And once I get the basis of it, I definitely want to start learning some of these songs and whatnot from movies and stuff like that. So I'm very excited for that. As far as my list goes, we're about to watch the clip. So actually, let's do that now. And
watch the clip.
I don't think I want to change anything in it, but I definitely think I want to add some. All right, let's check it out. My number 10 are the Crash Bandicoot games.
Okay.
I loved their like acapella, like buh, buh, buh. Like I don't even know, that did not sound like a soundtrack.
That was exactly it. No, you hit it up. You hit it perfectly. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen anything. I've never heard anything more beautiful.
Okay. Number 9. It's actually My Hero Academia. I don't know why I also had it in my honorable mentions, but my number 8 is The Avengers. Their theme song, you know, it gives me chills. Yeah.
Right, that's it?
No, that's The Walking Dead, I think. Number 7, Game of Thrones. Especially, like, the episode 9s of each season, like, they'll always have that wonderful, like, track that, like, hits it for the whole season. Yeah, I'm on number 6, Westworld. 4 for me, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did you skip 5?
Fantastic.
Did I see 5? 6 to 4.
Another one where we skipped number. I love that soundtrack. You're playing very the fire and flames in the background. So my number 2 wasn't a great movie, but it has a great damn soundtrack. It's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Okay.
Thought they had a good soundtrack. My number 1.
I look like so high.
Okay. Keep on bringing up the whole action sequences. I'm going to bring it up again.
DC fan?
I am a DC fan. Yeah, I am a DC fan.
Breaking news podcast. Main host of podcast. Really DC fan? Find out in 11.
Right.
Frank, is now a bad time to say that was my number 3?
It's okay. I made a list. I made a
skip
video
over
for you too. For your thing.
Good.
So I wouldn't change anything from that list anyway, but I would probably add a couple more. It wouldn't be a top 10 anymore, but one I'll add is Looper. Have you ever heard of that movie?
Yeah.
With Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense, and
Yes, this is true.
Do you know what he did next?
What? Oh, wait, what?
Nope. It was a Lonely Island song. Lonely Island band.
Yeah, what about him?
And I, in my pants. Yeah. Bruce Willis was dead in the end of Sixth Sense.
Oh,
and
yes!
my
I
pants.
can't believe I didn't catch that. Damn, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a deep cut.
Joe, you were like... Joe's in the corner like this. I got Frankie's full attention. I'm like, look at my soul.
Looper has a phenomenal soundtrack. I'm pretty sure I considered that in that top 10, but it just didn't make it. But I'll bring it up now. Looper was great. Joker had an amazing soundtrack as well. Very like depressing music, but I still like it. And it also went for a couple awards. I think it won Best Soundtrack in this past Oscars.
I thought so. Yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
So that was very good too. There would probably be more soundtracks that I really enjoy if, movies were actually coming out during this
which
time.
they're not.
Which is unfortunate. As far as like from that list of what I want to learn violin on, it would probably be some stuff from Batman v Superman I would like to learn, and Pirates of the Caribbean too. If there are some classics from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, Westworld, you can't really be. I mean, like you could, but like they've already kind of they've taken modern soundtrack music and made it into classical with pianos and violins and stuff.
Yes.
So, I definitely agree with you with that one because I thought Westworld did an awesome job with that.
Westworld has an amazing
it's
soundtrack. Even though I wasn't even a fan, I only watched the first season of it.
I think this season, I tell people all this time, second season was a little harder. This season was pretty fun. This season was a little bit all over the place, but again, it's a cool. The show is a cool concept, but it's a slow burner with a lot of the things. You can't. People. You need to be more patient when it comes to TV because good TV shows are going to take a while to like the people that are like I watched 3 episodes of Game of Thrones and it was whatever. Like you can't build characters in 3 episodes.
That's right.
So calm your jets. Like it's going to take some time to build character and people are like, "Oh, well The Office." Well, The Office is a great show, but it's
Two
not what it
different
exactly.
categories.
So I just always go with people because I'm like, yo, you can't compare this stuff. Like you have to be more focused on something like that. But,
And that's why I stuck through with the whole first season. But from then, I just knew it wasn't really for me.
yeah, I mean,
Maybe one day I'll
yeah, I
revisit
mean,
it
I would
again.
definitely recommend checking it out because I do think it does a pretty good job afterwards of fixing things. But
Okay.
alrighty, my turn.
Yep, you're up.
Number 4, I did Fave Squads.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had a list of it, but I wasn't here for that episode, right?
Yeah, you weren't. I don't even know why. When I looked back at the episode, I was like, wow, Luke's not in this one. It was Adam Fadiga and Patrick Williams. They were both in that episode.
I'm thinking maybe did I mean trios? Because I didn't put trios on my list, right?
I don't think we did a trios episode. I don't
Maybe.
think.
No, because look, I have... Hold, please. I have on here trios.
Pull up the playlist.
Let's see.
Bald celebrities. Damn it, where did this go? I literally just passed it before. I have here honorable trios.
Really?
Yeah. It's from a while ago.
You know what? There was an episode that we did
It got deleted.
that I deleted, and we never released it.
The unreleased episode.
So this could be that unreleased episode.
So this might be the unreleased episode. So if that's the case, I'll read this really quickly. So I did a top 10 trios list, and boy, is my Arms tired. No. Boy, is my list kind of long. So honorable mentions to start. We have Corey, Sean, and Topanga from
Saved by...
Boy Meets World, right?
Okay. Boys Meet World, okay.
Boy Meets World?
I believe so, yes.
Winifred, Mary, and Sarah from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, maybe minus... Alvin is one of the Chipmunks. So it's like Alvin and then the two Chipmunks are...
Simon and...
Theodore.
Theodore, yep.
So that's 3. Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Not really a big Harry Potter guy. I did cheat this time during quarantine and watched like 7-minute videos to explain the movies just because I wanted to get the basis of it. And like if I eventually pick it up, I'll watch it. But like...
You'll get your chance this November as they're all coming to Netflix.
Oh, wow. And then three blind mice.
Yes.
That was my honorable mention list. Number 10, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Number 9, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Number 8, Tina, Jean, and Louise from Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
Number 7 is The Three Musketeers. In any preface of that, either the show, the movie, or the chocolate bar. The nougat. Number 6, Powerpuff Girls. Number 5, Workaholics. Number 4, Three Stooges. 3, Nirvana. Number 2, Luke, Leia, and Han. And number 1, Bacon, Egg, and Cheese.
That fantastic number
pretty
1.
Good list. Fantastic number 1. Yeah, I wouldn't change it. The only thing I would say is like number 2, Luke, Leia, and Han. I would put Han and Chewie as 1.
Yeah.
And I would kind of be like Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie. Because, like, for me, I love Han, I love Chewie, I love Leia, I love Luke. I love them all equally, but, like, for some reason, I love Chewbacca just that much more because, I don't know, I thought he was one of the best parts of the old movies that was just, like, there. And, like, you just, like, always loved him.
Yeah.
You know, like, sometimes you were like, oh, Han, you're being so annoying, or Leia, or whatever, and Chewie's just chilling, like, doing his thing. But that's the only thing I would say. If I had, I wouldn't. I mean, like, I could do the generic, like, ah, and say like us.
That would be a
Was
good
that
one.
cute?
That's a good
But
trio
I
one.
changed my mind because Joe. No, don't touch me. 6 feet apart. COVID. No, but I mean, you know, besides that, I mean, you could go and probably find some other stuff. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else besides New York sports and losing. So all of my New York sports teams losing. That's like, you know, that's fine too. Or it could just be Giants, Yankees, and losing. Like that's a really good trio because they love losing. So.
All right.
Shout out, you assholes.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, that's how I really feel, assholes. So yeah, I guess that's right. So this must have been the episode that we did right before we did our predictions on who would die in the last season of Thrones, and that must have been the one that got deleted because I even remember saying Snap, Crackle, and Pop to you in this chair.
You saying that list reminds me
right?
of us doing it, and I'm trying to think of the reasons why we never released it, and I think it was because I was so obsessed with releasing news topics right when they come out, and it wasn't done, and it became like old news, and there was new news I want to talk about, and that's why we never released it.
It's in the unfinished. It's in the Snyder cut.
It's going to be in the Snyder cut.
McNugget cut.
Yeah, the McNugget cut of the Hot Takes podcast.
We got to make a McNugget folder for when he just doesn't want stuff. He can put it in there. So one day when we're at 100 episodes, we can just release all the uncut footage.
I wish I kept that episode nowadays, so it would be randomly released.
It would have been a good one.
Which also means this isn't really our 50th episode. This is our 51st episode.
Whoa! Spooky! Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is going on?
This is true.
Point of view, you are right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from all the points of view, you are correct. If
I don't see no secret 50th episode.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. But yeah, no, I mean that was a good time recording that one. I remember that. Damn, I'm disappointed that the viewers at home were not able to see that. But bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh boy, you kicked that in there. I will probably now say the only thing is pork roll, egg, and cheese has become more of a favor in my life. I don't eat as much bacon, which is mean, not a great substitution, but
It's a pretty strong statement you just made.
yeah, screw all you people, anyone that's watching it from anywhere that's not from Central Jersey, gang, let's go.
Porco is really good though.
No, Porco's amazing.
Phenomenal.
I have a secret breakfast spot that I'll tell you guys about. It's not really a secret, but like I don't like telling people because then like in 2 months people will be like, "Oh, I've loved that forever," and I'm like, I've been going there since I was like 5
Right.
to get breakfast because Terrace Bagels. I'm not gonna put any slander on here just because I don't feel I don't need to put any hate into the world. But let's just say Terrace, you're not my favorite anymore. When at once you used to be the only place I would ever get a bagel.
Same for a lot of people. I mean, for me,
I get
it's still
Bagel
where
Nook.
I
get Bagel Nook now.
I barely get Bagel
I
Nook.
like Bagel Nook's French toast bagel toasted with butter. That thing it's a slapper every time. I've only had it bad like one time, so I'll take that over. I feel like every time I go to Terrace, it's just rushed. It's just not as good as it used to be. They just don't put the TLC, like the tender love and care, into it anymore. It's just like, get your bagel, get out of our store. That's what we care about. Where at one time it was like, bro, we could have a line out the door and they still made it with care and it was still quality. But that's just my take.
All right.
Sorry for the Terrace slander.
I think it's a fair take. I know a lot of people that still feel the same way.
Yeah.
That do feel the same
Now,
way.
yeah, now.
Yeah, right.
Making me hungry, honestly. I haven't had Terrace in forever.
All right, Joe. You were up with number 3. No, number 4. Number 4.
Wow.
Yep.
The superhero draft episode.
Ah.
The one where when I was with Luke.
Yes.
Which one was that exactly?
That was
I could look up on
I
the
remember our
playlist
team
too.
was fantastic.
Oh, our team
I
was
thought
fantastic.
It might have been baseball, but
Yeah,
superhero baseball draft.
Superhero baseball draft.
Okay.
That's
that-
my number 3. So if you want, we could just both segue into it because you talked
Yeah.
about your number 3 from the last one, but there's a video, so we'll still watch that. But
That was our 8th episode
gang,
that we've done.
Wow.
phenomenal. Oh,
You got to give props to Luke for coming up with the idea for both the Game of Thrones football draft, which we'll probably get into, and the superhero baseball draft. So yeah, we could watch the video of what our rosters ended up being for both of our teams. A little backstory on that: it was Luke and Joe versus me and Nick Chorman, which I want to give a shout out to Nick Chorman for being probably, besides my brother Jesse, being here during podcasts just to watch and whatnot. So, round of applause for Nick Chorman.
thanks, Nick. You're the best.
All right, let's check out this video, see what we got here. So it's silent here because we were talking about other stuff. Is that okay?
You're good. Yep.
Okay, cool.
I just flinched it a little bit.
Man, Luke.
So this is Luke and Joe's team. So you got Nightwing on left field, Superman at center field, Spider-Man on right field, Wolverine at third, Daredevil at shortstop, Ant-Man at second, Dr. Manhattan at first base. Your pitcher was Doctor Strange, catcher was Aquaman. On your sideline, on your bench, you got Pen 10. That was an interesting choice. Danny Phantom, another interesting choice. And Raven.
Would have picked the weasel now, but whatever.
And your coach was Lex Luthor.
That's a pretty
All
good.
right,
That's
I
a
do
pretty
not remember
savage
the coach
team.
being Lex
Of
Luthor.
course it was. He's a genius. Regardless if he's a good guy or a bad guy, he's a genius. He'll put us in a position to win.
That is a good team.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal team.
I would love to hear what
You know what we're gonna have to do after this? Not only are we gonna have to vote on the what's it called, but we're gonna have to put up a poll to see whose team everyone likes better.
Yo, yeah, Instagram does polls. Maybe,
Yeah, I do
that's
polls all
right.
the time. I'm
yeah,
going
that's
back.
right.
We'll
Yeah.
start in polls. For anyone that just follows me, if anyone on here follows me, probably not. I would follow me if you get a chance. Duke G Gans. Yeah, I'm gonna start polls again. Polls were a big thing I used to do.
Cool.
So, yeah.
So this is me and Chorman's team. So we have Wasp at left field, Mr. Fantastic at center field, Blue Beetle on right field, Captain America at third, Wonder Woman at shortstop, Iron Man at second, that's a weird picture of Batman. Batman at first base, Flash at the pitcher's mound, Hulk as catcher. On the sidelines, we have Invisible Woman, Thor, and Deadpool. And our captain was Black Widow. I think it's a pretty good team. Let me look back at yours real quick.
Why would you put Flash as your pitcher?
No,
Because,
it's a
man,
it's
a mean
fastball.
mean
It's a
fastball, man.
That's yeah.
But you thinking what I'm thinking though? Like put him in the backfield.
Oh no,
like,
I would
outfield,
probably rather him be in like center field. I mean, no, you have a great center fielder. So like at that,
Yeah,
I mean,
Mr. Fantastic.
Put him maybe in right or left field, and then like I might even put like Iron Man on the mound because Iron Man can like just go in here and like generate a curveball, a fastball, like all these different
This
pitches
is
and
true,
just shoot it
too.
right out of his cannon, and that thing is going to be so much more accurate
That's
than
true,
Flash,
too.
which is just a fastball.
I think I chose Flash as the pitcher just for the pun of throwing a fastball. Literally, I'm pretty sure. I thought I was trying to be funny there.
Better in the outfield.
Probably would have done better.
Looking back, I think the only I remember it was right towards the end of the game, and Mr. Fantastic was one of the outfielders I wanted, and I remember he snagged him, and I was pissed about it because that was one of the people I was like, I need him.
He's a home run stealer.
He's an anything stealer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like whoop, like
Yeah.
catches anything.
Yep.
The only person I would say is I'd probably want to add Thanos to our bench as a power hitter, DH.
Dude, I'm thinking just Quicksilver in the outfield. Like I'm
Ooh,
thinking
Quicksilver,
Quicksilver.
damn, but we all missed on. Quicksilver's a free agent just hanging there.
He could have had Flash and Quicksilver.
Imagine Flash and
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Imagine left and right are Flash, Quicksilver, and then Mr. Fantastic in center.
That would be nice.
We do have
Yeah, you have
I mean, we
Superman
have
at
a
your
great
center.
outfield too. Like,
And
yeah,
Raven,
I'm not
dude, Raven. Raven's OP.
Raven from what's it called,
Teen
right?
Titans.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this is gonna be a hot take. Not really. I'd probably drop Raven to pick up Thanos as our DH.
Oh no, me too.
Because I'm telling you right now, because guess what? Thanos is going to come up to the mound. We're going to have two people on base because they got hit by pitches by the Flash just throwing fastballs 900 miles an hour at him. Thanos is going to go up like this, right? Flash is going to throw a ball. He's going to go like this. Snap his finger, or not even, just like figure out one of these things, and he's going to do the time stone and just let it just sit right there, and he's going to go, see ya, and just knock it out of the park to the next moon.
Why do you remember why you chose Daredevil as your shortstop?
I think it was his reaction.
See, I was thinking that I was like, maybe he would be better as a catcher in that instance.
Maybe Superman.
I feel like personally, I would rather have just like someone that can catch the ball. So Aquaman, just let him be back there because he's a guardian. So he guards like the barrier reef, whatever. He guards the sea.
Yeah.
So have him guard home plate. And Daredevil, who like as soon as a ball gets hit his way, he's gonna know what to do. Like he's not that blind. Like he's not Three Blind Mice blind. He's like he's gonna sense that ball. Boom, makes a great play, throws it right over.
Yeah.
So.
I think I'm gonna drop two people from my team. To add the two not twins. Are they twins? The brother and sister X-Men, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I think I would want them both on my team.
Okay.
I would definitely drop Invisible Woman. I don't know why we chose Invisible Woman for whatever reason.
I think Nick maybe said she was hot.
Maybe
No, I'm
that
just
could have been. I don't
He's
know.
like, no, she's a smoke. Okay. No, I'm just kidding, Nick.
Definitely drop Invisible Woman and put in Quicksilver because I want another speedster on my team. And then I would also drop Wasp. Actually, no, I want to keep Wasp. I like the flying people in the outfield.
Yeah, but doesn't it make more sense technically to drop Wasp and pick up Quicksilver? Because why you don't need someone that can fly if someone can run faster.
Yeah, but the whole flying aspect, it's like no matter how high that ball is hit for a home run, they could just fly and catch it in the outfield.
You're not wrong. I feel like if he got enough traction, he could just run right up the wall and just make that play.
This is true.
But
What about Miss Marvel?
maybe I'm just messing. Maybe I'm just messing
Whoa, Miss Marvel. Another just kind of like
Put her in
any base. Wow, that's a good one too.
You know about Miss Marvel? You know about Miss Marvel.
She's like Mr. Fantastic, basically.
Okay.
Whole body stretches and everything like
Like her
that.
hands like extend out and they don't just stretch.
They don't stretch, they get bigger. Yeah, they expand.
We're gonna have to do this, but with villains.
Yes. Yeah, because we specifically only did
What episode was this?
superheroes.
8.
Yeah, this was our 8th
So
episode.
we should do it for the 58th episode.
58th episode, yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And we should come back, get Chorman back on it, and just do it again.
Okay.
Could I have picked Dragon Ball characters? Because they actually played
No.
baseball in Dragon Ball.
I don't know why I let you guys choose Ben 10 and Danny Phantom.
Dude,
on
because Ben 10's literally...
All right. To stop the slander that Frank is associating with us, Ben 10, Danny Phantom, you're out. Sorry, guys. It was a blast.
Don't take Ben 10 out. He's like
No, it's we're adding Thanos, so it's fine. Thanos is on.
Oh, God.
That's what. Why do you think it's fine? Thanos is back on, and who else? Who did I say that? Who else did I say that I
Why don't you
wanted
just
to?
pick like Goku from Dragon Ball?
No, because I'm not taking a hard left from what we already have here.
Goku's like strong.
Oh my God, Joe! I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm not picking Goku.
Okay.
Do you have another person for me? Are you gonna help me?
You do
My
have
God.
what's his name? Who's the guy from the main character from One Piece who could also stretch?
You know what? No, I got it. Thanos and Black Panther. Black Panther's quick
Black
enough that we
Panther,
can put him as
yeah.
an audible person to play in any position, and he'll be able to
And
play.
think about it, he absorbs all that
Vibranium.
energy.
Yep.
Imagine he
Yeah,
hits the ball and all
boom,
that energy
boom.
goes out.
Done.
That's a good one too.
Heavy hitter.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Heavy hitter.
You're lucky that I'm the best
What's
GM
like
of the year.
The gorilla guy?
Shut up. Stop.
Gorilla
Stop.
God?
What?
God?
Gorilla Grodd.
Change the topic as soon as we can. This kid is losing it.
All right. So my number 3 is episode 30, our 30th episode, which was the top 5 superhero movies to date. It's my favorite topic. I feel like it's so self-explanatory. I love movies, but there's nothing more that I love than I love superhero movies. It's my they're my favorite ever. And I can't believe that was a topic that we done so late on in
right?
the game.
Because that would have been something we did right off the bat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. I would have thought it would have been. But we did top 5 best and worst trilogies instead. But that was such a fun episode to do just because we all love talking about that stuff. We all geek out about that stuff. So without further ado, I will put on the video for that and see what we got. By the way, in this video, love my hair in this video. I can't wait to have my long hair back.
It looks really nice, Frank.
Thank you, sir. All right.
I missed the Joe Rogan cut.
The Joe Rogan cut, yeah. Number 5, and that is Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Doctor Strange, another phenomenal movie. Benedict Cumberbatch fits that role so perfectly. It's
Great.
unreal. I'll move on to my number 4, which is a combined of 2 movies in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. This is my number 4, and it's not more close to my number 1 because I kind of tried to steer away from it being MCU movies, kind of. I kind of like the idea of superhero, like, not nowadays, but like the superhero movies that are in their own world and are unique in their own way. I'm starting to find myself enjoying more. My number 3, best Spider-Man movie to ever exist. What? Spider-Man 2.
What?
From the original Sam Raimi trilogy. Spider-Man 2 was phenomenal. Made me fall in love with Spider-Man and made me fall in love with superhero films in general. My number 2 is Logan. I think it's the best X-Men movie out there. Dark, gritty. Obviously can't be too realistic, but it's realistic for what it is in a way. I think I said that right.
That's accurate.
My number 1, the Dark Knight. Phenomenal movie. Probably the most realistic superhero movie out there. Not only is it my favorite superhero movie of all time, it's my favorite movie of all time. I think it's phenomenal. Joker kills it. Heath Ledger kills it.
Literally.
Easily the best part of the movie. Christian Bale still to this day, like we said before, still the best Batman to date.
That was heartless. That was heartless. I didn't mean it. Oh man.
Yeah, I got you.
Give me one puff. One puff, please. May I have another puff, sir? May I one more?
There's no such thing as Corona.
I'll give you a.
It's actually a fabrication.
We are not supporting any accusations that Joe just made. There is a global pandemic going on, regardless of what you want to believe, Joe.
This is true.
So we are not going to acknowledge anything he just said. Back to the regular scheduled programming.
I don't think I would change that list.
No, it's a good list.
The thing is, would it have changed with the movies that would have come out before? During this, probably not.
No.
What was going to come out? Black Widow.
No.
Highly doubt that would have made my top 5 list.
I mean, New Mutants came out. We all know how that went. And
No, absolutely.
I mean, Wonder Woman's coming out in December.
Chance. Because in my opinion, Wonder Woman teeters. I don't even know. Did I have Wonder Woman on my?
I don't know.
A part of me thinks I might have
No, I
had
think
it on
you
my
did.
top
I think
five
you
because
might have.
it was like 5 or 4. I did really enjoy Wonder Woman. There's a chance that it would have been there, but like, no, you know, just
Yeah.
it's a good list. It's a solid list.
That's all I really have to say about that one. I always enjoy talking about superhero movies, so
Yeah.
that's why I made my list.
My number 3 is the baseball one too. Do you have a clip from it or no?
Well, that was the
Those were the
clip
two.
of.
All right, I'm just
of
making
both
sure.
their teams,
Yeah. No, that was a blast. I'm really excited to possibly do another one. I really like the villains idea. I also just thought about it while I was sitting here, but we could do an original Pokemon one too with just the original Pokemon. I think that would be a really cool one to do as well because we haven't really talked about Pokemon on this like that.
Not at all, really.
So I think this for us would be a really smart one too. We could bring in another Pokemon expert.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just Jesse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In all honesty, I've wanted to do it for a while now. Where we come up with a way to do a draft. So you know how we basically do a draft every time we pick players.
Yeah.
So I really want to have us in like teams of 1 or teams of 2 where we like put a big board of all the Pokemon that you can draft.
Okay.
And we do it that way. And you make a Pokemon team and then we compare who's got the best team from the original groupings of them.
We gotta buy a blank board.
No, well,
That's
we
not
can
a
just,
problem.
No, I
Yeah.
mean that's. Oh God, we have to buy a whiteboard.
Yeah, right,
we
right.
can put a whiteboard right here.
Yeah.
And we can just do it. And if there's, how many are the original? What's the original number? 151. So 151
picked
divided
number
by 151 divided by if we can get 10 people to do it with us, it's 15 people each about. You know, so even if we can have 8,
And for
it's
what?
17.
Baseball or?
Well, that's what I mean. We could just see who's got the best roster
Oh,
if you
okay.
want. You know,
Yeah.
like, ultimately we could just like come up with a concept and say like, oh great, who do we think is the best? Who has the best team all around? Or we could say like, you know, we could say, oh, it's a baseball team, it's a football team, it's a whatever, and we could do something like that. But that's also just a concept too that I like with it. But
Who would you guys think would go number 1 in a Pokemon?
Charizard
No.
from 151. Who?
Friggin' Mewtwo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
If we're not doing legendaries, like it's like 146, I'm down.
So yeah, I mean, like I might say don't do legendaries just to make it the equal playing field a little bit better, just like so it's not like because like that first round, which is I'm fine with, like you're gonna have those originals, but like if we're not talking that, Charizard is 1, right? You're telling me you would pick someone over Charizard?
I wouldn't. Charizard's my favorite.
If I had the number 1 pick, right? So in NFL terms, if I had the number 1 pick and someone came to me and said I want it, I would offer it for their second round because I would gladly let you get that, and I would want to just take Venusaur as soon as I could, or even Blastoise.
Machamp, quarterback.
No, well,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Machamp, quarterback.
That's a good one.
It.
Wait, you would want Charizard as your quarterback?
No. I'm just saying on my no. That's Joe putting a quarterback idea in there. I never even said that.
Oh, okay.
In all honesty, what I would probably do is I'd beef up my offensive line. I'd take Blastoise or Charizard or Blastoise or Ivysaur or Venusaur immediately. Put them on my offensive line to beef that up, and then I'd get every other. I'd put like Dragonair on the line. I'd try to get Machamp or Hitmonchamp. Get just athletes, just straight bodies. Oh, Snorlax. Imagine Snorlax at left tackle. You won't even have to move. He's just going to stay there. You'll never get around him.
It's true.
Never get around him.
True.
We could do a football one. That'd be fun to pick.
Unless I get a Scyther and my Scyther just goes super fast.
You know what we should do? We should do football. We should do a football draft, and we should do, you pick 20, so you have to pick 22 people each because 11 and 11, offense and defense, and we should do it from the first 2 generations. Because after that, I mean, Generation 3 is pretty good too, but like, then it's hit or miss.
I think we just found a new podcast episode.
I think so too.
Well, there you go. Yep, so that's 3. It was a blast. It was fun. I'm excited for more stuff, more content as it goes. Yeah.
For sure.
Joe.
My number 3 was, well, you already started talking about it. You know, like music and like video games and just cinema and, oh my God, Lord of the Rings. That's all I gotta say. You do have a clip on that.
I do have a clip. We could watch it right now.
I feel
what is
like
it,
most of
soundtracks?
Soundtracks, yeah.
I had Guardians of the Galaxy, which was an honorable
Great
mention
one.
of yours. And I mean, obviously the music didn't.
Bulk Joe.
Wasn't, like a lot of these songs weren't created. in
Good
Guardians
cut,
of the
bro.
Galaxy.
Yeah, right.
None of them were right. I was debating where to put Westworld, but I think number 9 would be about right. You know, Westworld. Oh my God, just the intro song alone is fantastic.
Yeah.
Then we got the soundtrack, the Sonic Adventure 2. Frank, you know what I'm talking about. Number 7, you know, I got Mass Effect 2. That's another game.
Duck Dynasty
And
hat
number
on.
6, I actually don't even have. Oh, I do. Have
Don't have a 6.
You know, it's Frank. Like, how could you keep Smash on your honorable mentions? My list is really. Elder Scrolls Skyrim, right?
You do not.
Okay, I love Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and the music is
fucking
a
crying.
big part.
That's when that came on.
My inner nerd's
Oh my
coming
God.
out, my
I'm-
true inner nerd. World of Warcraft, baby. There, I said it. World of Warcraft music is better than all other music besides the 2 others on this list. 2. Well, you know.
Boo.
I don't.
Well, if it wasn't Lord of the Rings, it was going to be Star Wars.
I was gonna say Django, but yeah, I like.
My number 1.
The Jenga movie. 8 Mile?
The Legend of Zelda series, Frank.
Okay.
I just.
Why did the 8 Mile pop
Oh my
up?
God.
That was
Just-
your
I don't
for
know
your
if it's
favorite
gonna be
soundtrack.
played.
Yeah.
It had 8 Mile on it.
Okay, good. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
what?
probably. Like, just every time I hear
Oh.
that,
That is a classic.
I don't even know. Like, I can't even recreate it right now. My voice is pure enough.
My favorite place to play on Smash.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the best. Anyone that offers me anything else, anything moving, I'm like, go fuck yourself.
We're playing
piece
on
of shit.
Temple.
Playing on Temple. If you're like, oh, let's play on the racetrack or what's the race one, I'm like, nah. Like, you're just an asshole because you're trying to get an easy win. You're trying to get an easy kill on me just jumping and getting smacked by a flying by jet.
You had a good list.
That was a good list.
I honestly really like.
Proud of you.
Thank you. My first good thing on the podcast.
Yeah.
Also, you were wearing a green tank top. Imagine if I actually was edited where like your whole shirt would be the background
Yep.
too.
I still to this day really want you to,
I mean,
every
my whole
time Joe talks, to make that like the dolphin noise that I made a comment about earlier.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
like the original idea, was to have dolphins just floating around on the green screen as much as possible.
And you know, I've played so many video games, watched so many like movies that I consider classics, and I feel like The Godfather should have been on there for me, man.
Okay.
I don't even know why I didn't think of
Godfather is like not known for its soundtrack though. Like it's a good soundtrack, but it's just
I
like
love hearing like the do 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 do.
Yeah.
Just that one.
Just that, yep. No, I
song
got
or
you.
Whatever. And I don't know. I just always loved, like, I'd find myself listening to like OSTs from like certain video games or from movies from
Yeah.
time to time, because hell, some of them are fucking amazing.
Yeah, phenomenal.
yeah, no, that's listen. Music is awesome, man.
Yeah,
In all shapes and
dope.
forms. Yeah, absolutely.
that's really all I gotta say about that one.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. I like it a lot. What movie?
Bruce Almighty. Yeah.
No high fives. 'cause
Oh,
of
yeah.
COVID,
Yeah,
But yeah. So 6 feet, man. What's your number? 3, 2?
My number 2.
Ah! So close.
My number 2, I don't have a video for it, but it is one of my favorite episodes. It's episode 19, which was the Reiki healing, becoming vegan, and festivals was the title of it. I had my boys Nick Ricciardi and Steve Ortolano on there. And I want to do this more often too. I want to have more episodes where it's like deep talk, you know what I mean? You know, we always have fun with these top 5s and everything like that, but
Yeah.
like, you know, ones that are like deep in conversation, I'm starting to really enjoy too.
Yeah.
And this was hands down one of them. My boy Steve always has a lot to say, and he did great on the podcast. my boy Nick, one of my best friends as well. He did great on the podcast as well, and it was just a very enlightening podcast. Talking about medication.
Medication.
There was some talk.
Some naughty talk. Yeah.
Meditation is what I wanted to say. Talking about meditation and the Reiki healing, it's something I became very interested in. And I just thought it was a great episode. It's actually our most viewed podcast
nice.
right now. Yeah. And yeah, it was great. Afterwards, we did some meditation and Reiki healing. Me and Joe and Steve did that for us, so that was really nice. And I can't wait to have my boy Steve back on, which will be eventually. So yeah, that is number 2.
I agree with you, dude. That's a good concept. I mean, at the end of the day, I always love talking deeper when it comes to a lot of stuff. I mean, like, it doesn't even need to be necessarily healing. I love that and appreciate that, and I respect that because I think... the times that we live in now, it's so important to know that it doesn't have to just be one thing in your life. Just in general, it doesn't have to be one religion, doesn't have to be one political view, doesn't have to be one ideology. Like that life as we know it is changing to the point where you can have things that help you any way possible. So I grew up as a Catholic and, I Christian views and everything like that. And, now I feel a lot more spiritual with certain things. I don't believe as much with certain things and I focus more on other things. So that's just life, man, So I agree with you. I definitely think just in general, those deeper conversations are always good to have. And even what we talked about, I wish the cameras were rolling prior to the podcast.
Oh,
what
yeah,
we were talking
I wish
about
so,
right
too.
before, man. That was great with just talking about, like, bipolar and depression and how, now it's, sadly enough, some people play it as a trope to, like, get attention, but then there's others that are struggling with it and don't have the availability or comfortability to come out and say, I don't feel comfortable in my own skin, or I feel this way, but I'm told that I need to feel another way to appease everybody else, kind of a thing, So, and it kind of like, not to go off on a tangent, but that's kind of like how Robin Williams, it's a lot of people like don't realize Robin Williams made everybody laugh. Everyone loved Robin Williams. He was the funniest guy. No one could have ever seen why that guy was sad.
Yeah.
But it's because he was always having to please others, but no one ever asked how he was. It was always about how he could make others feel. And he was selfless enough to say, I'm going to make sure that I make people smile for my whole life. And then it got to a point where it's too much, man. So, it really, like you said, deep talks are always important. The older you get, the more you need to realize that you have to have those conversations with your boys. Like, it's not stupid. It's not lame. It's important, having these conversations with people could save someone's life.
100%.
So, it could be as much as finding a new way of healing.
Yeah.
It's just, more people need to be aware of that kind of stuff. So I definitely agree with you.
Beautifully said, yeah.
2, top 10 duos.
Top 10 duos.
Top
all
10
right.
duos. Oh boy, I'm going to pull the list up. I was just looking at it before. Another one of my favorites, just because I think it's always funny to see these lists because, like, we always have, like, one or two that are the same. But then when you ultimately, like, sit there and you, like, listen to some of the ones, like I said, like, the ones that I did, and then, like, the trios I really tried to kind of be different with and stuff like that. You got to just, it's always fun to see just like some of the stuff where you're like, oh my God, I didn't even think of it. Like, look at what we were doing with the baseball team.
Yeah.
We were sitting there and I'm like, oh, like, what about this guy? What about that guy? Trying to add. So, honorable mentions, Bert and Ernie, Batman and Robin, Mario and Luigi, Barney, Rubble and Fred, Rick and Morty. Those are my top honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I know you had Rick and Morty in your top, right?
They were my number one.
My number one?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
They were my number one.
All right.
Do you want to? I have the video of.
Oh,
your
yeah.
list.
Oh, I was going to read it all off. Never mind.
All right.
I don't have to do it. Yeah.
Here we go.
My 10. Number 10, bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Seriously?
Self-explanatory. Okay, number 9.
It's the biggest
Zach
plot
and Cody.
twist ever.
Ooh, okay.
How did I forget?
Yeah.
The honorable mentions. Oh my God.
Number 8, Drake and Josh.
Okay.
Self-explanatory.
course.
Had the like dopest bedroom ever. Number 7, peanut butter and jelly.
All right.
Just stands back to Frankie. He's like, all right.
Number 6,
Okay.
3PO and R2D2.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't think of them.
For me, that's a great dynamic duo. I mean, 3PO drives me up a wall, but he is funny. And
Literally,
then number
it's
5,
still
I have a
accurate.
tie because it kind of has somewhat of relevance. So it's SpongeBob and Patrick, but it's also hamburgers and French fries because Pretty Patty's, SpongeBob works at a burger joint. So
Same thing.
that's number 5. I couldn't decide. Sorry, bro.
It's like the 8th time it's been brought
My
up.
number
Joe's
4
like,
is
I'm
Han
hungry.
Solo and Chewbacca.
That's a great one.
I mean, in my opinion, could have been number 1. Number 3, mac and cheese.
All right.
Because in all honesty, is there anything better than mac or like a fat bowl of mac and cheese?
Nothing beats it.
It's won like 25 Emmys and it's still running to this day.
Mac and cheeses.
And that's Rick Grimes and Carl from The Walking Dead. Carl! No, I'm kidding. That's not it. That show's not that great. It was more or less just a running joke. Tom
Still
and
is a
Jerry.
running
Tom
joke.
And Jerry's my number 1.
So there you go.
Yeah. Doesn't change much. The only one I would say is the Chick-fil-A fries and a sauce would definitely get a little addition, like we said earlier. Maybe move Rick and Morty onto my top 10, move something back, and put them on an honorable mentions kind of a thing. Maybe even in my top 10. No, I mean that's pretty great. Tom and Jerry, I don't know if it's necessarily still my number 1. I mean, it's always been my number 1, but another one that I've realized is also on there that I don't think was on that list was Scooby and Shaggy. Scooby and Shaggy were 2 really big ones for me as a kid, too. Tom and Jerry was big. I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo when I was little, but then I watched Scooby-Doo...
Mystery Incorporated.
maybe? Is that...
That's one of them. What's New Scooby-Doo? A pup named Scooby-Doo.
I watched a lot of pup named
Me
Scooby-Doo
too.
when it was like Toon Nick, or was it Cartoon Network? Was that Cartoon Network?
Cartoon
regardless.
Network, yeah.
But the older I got, the more I watched like the old, like the original Scooby-Doo, and I felt so much like more. I was like, oh my god, like this show was so much better than any of us ever thought. Like we thought this show was just whatever. Like this show was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably just put that as a tie. My number 1, just any given day could just kind of change itself and go from there. So
Scooby and Shaggy is a great one.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
My number 2. I almost want to switch it up with my number 1 because you kind of already said my number 1.
then
That's okay. You have your own reasons for why you liked
No,
it.
you're right. All right. So my number 2 is it was top 5, or I think it was top 5 games to be turned into movies/TV shows.
Yep.
Sonic
was a good
every
one.
one for you.
It wasn't one.
No,
for
I'm
me?
kidding.
No way.
Every single
And
one.
I could imagine, I don't remember what was on my list, to be honest. But
We'll find out.
I guess we have it. It was the Mario and Luigi movie.
Oh God.
Like Gears of War. That would make a crazy movie.
I still think Call of Duty would make a great franchise to
Well,
like.
Call of Duty could work pretty
No,
well.
I know, but I think they've been like for the past couple years trying to make a movie series out of it, and it's like
They have been for a
It's
while.
like shut up, do it already.
Yeah,
like
right.
come on.
The Witcher.
Exactly. Yeah, but like look at what The Witcher did.
Yo, Assassin's Creed for Netflix, bro.
Creed, yeah.
Oh,
That
really?
just got announced. Yeah, live action Assassin's Creed.
Do they know
on
who it
Netflix.
is?
No, not yet. Not yet.
As long as it's not freaking Michael Fassbender, was that who it was?
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor, but he didn't fit the role. Like,
Yeah, I guess not. I didn't really see. I didn't see the movie, but
I mean, like
only
I've
because
only
I
seen
heard
parts of it,
bad.
but like I don't see Michael Fassbender as Assassin's Creed. I see someone else as Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
In all honesty, this might be weird. I think I might put Timothy Chalamet as Assassin's Creed, the young guy that's in Dune.
yeah.
I think he would make a really good Assassin's Creed because he's younger and he's kind of like gritty and dark, and you could put him in a really nice role there. I think he'd do a great job.
I agree. Ready to check out this vid?
Joe, come on, Joe.
All right, Joe. Let's see what you got.
I want to say Fallout would be a great TV show. Number 2, it is The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that's good.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which game they want to cut through. I said Twilight Princess for some reason on my...
Anyone ever play a little game franchise called Mass Effect?
Yes, of course.
I have not.
Is that Adam?
Mass Effect series.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be best as.
That's
Mass Effect is just a space epic. You play as Commander Shepard.
Oh, we only did a top 3 for that one.
Really?
Yeah, it was only a top 3.
Oh my god. Well, I can feel like I can add on to that. Oh,
Well,
man.
what other ones would you add to that list?
Oh my god, you hear of Ghost of Tsushima or whatever? that
Yep,
just
the
came
new
out,
one.
The Samurai, that looks like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure it would be like some kind of like the Last Samurai kind of deal
Yeah.
or something, but that looks really awesome, you know. They're actually making, what are they making, a Monster Hunter movie?
They are making a Monster
Yes.
Hunter movie.
That's strange to me, but I like.
Strange. I mean, go ahead. You can continue with that.
I don't know, like what is it? Like,
Didn't the trailer just come out? for
Yeah,
it?
I think
Or was
it
it a
looked.
teaser?
It looks like a trailer, right? And
It's a trailer.
They were transported to like another world, maybe, because they had guns and. Like,
I don't even know, dude. It just
was
looked
weird.
weird to me.
It was like maybe it's like some what's King Kong's island called? Skull Island.
Skull Island,
Skull
yeah.
Island. Maybe it's
Spooky
like some Skull
Island.
Island kind of thing.
What's the Scooby-Doo Island?
Spooky Island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
Lost my train of thought. Thank you. Doesn't take much for this to happen.
Well, I'm happy I was able to do that for once.
You know?
Me coming up with a random thought and interrupting somebody else in the podcast? No way. That's not me.
Whoa. Sounds like somebody I know, but I don't know who.
We moved on from the gun.
No.
Damn it, wrong drawer. I'm not going to shoot you yet.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You got any other ones, Joe?
I don't know if I do. Do you want to hear?
I'm not
them or
going to shoot you yet. Yeah, I'm listening. Maybe if I like it, I won't shoot you.
I mean, Halo would be a pretty awesome movie franchise.
No, you're right with that.
Just get this gun away from me.
I love that I bought this prior to coming here, like as I was buying snacks. I was like, we need a gun here to control Joe.
That's right.
I can't even say Pokemon. They already did Detective Pikachu.
They
I
did
don't know,
Detective
maybe
Which was
we
pretty
should-
good.
we should just
It was
have my
good.
segment.
It was pretty good.
All
It
right.
was good. I liked it.
I thought it was good.
We're moving on to our number ones. All right.
We're here.
My number one. It was a recent episode I did. Episode 45. It was the breast cancer experiences episode. Once again, another very deep talk episode. I had my mother on, Denise McKnight, on for the podcast.
Woo!
And I think she did a fabulous job. I thought she was very like courageous and just proud of her for actually able to tell her story and whatnot. Maybe some people wouldn't be too comfortable with doing that and whatnot.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
100%.
So was very happy that she wanted to do the pod when I brought the idea up to her. And I think hopefully a good amount. I think that might be the second most viewed podcast we've done so far, which I'm happy about. If I wanted any of them to be, I would love
Yeah,
for
100%.
that one to
Yeah, I
be
agree.
for to get the story out there,
Yeah.
and for other people to relate who are dealing with that same sort of situation. I also, because of that episode, people got in contact with me who run Real Men Wear Pink of New Jersey.
Of course, that's awesome.
And they wanted me to be a part of it, so I have my team. It's Frank and the Hot Takes podcast team.
Dang!
And I posted on my Facebook. I'm also going to put a link for it in the description below as well. The goal is $2,500 to raise. It's just the Real Men Wear Pink initiative. They're saying because of COVID and everything going on, research and everything like that is going to start to get downgraded, which is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And everyone could use the most money that they possibly can. So it is definitely my number one, but this is definitely also a plug to definitely help donate money to a very good cause.
Support. No, I 100% agree. I think that's an awesome number one. It means so much more, not only because it's someone that you're close with, but it's your mother. So I think everyone, and we can all agree that that's probably the number one episode in general. I mean, for my own selfish reasons, I'd love to say anything else, but kind of like I said last time, it's at the end of the day. I mean, superhero. Your mother is a straight superhero. Anyone that's fighting it is a superhero. Anyone that's fighting anything like that is an absolute animal.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. Continue to fight. If I don't know you, if we don't know you, you have our support.
Of course.
Just know the positive vibes, the good energy is coming our way regardless with it. And I think that's at the end of the day, the best thing you can do in a lot of these situations. So I 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's sick. Good episode.
And yeah, more about that too. Like, you know, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month,
Yep.
this is when they promote it most. But they're actually extending this fundraising event all the way to the end of 2020.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
That's good.
still plenty of time and whatnot.
Plenty of time to support people. Wear pink. Wednesdays are pink days.
Yes.
My girlfriend works at an Orange Theory studio, and they all wear pink on Wednesdays.
Oh, very
Wednesday.
nice.
So they do it
Love
to support
that.
as well. So yeah, I mean, do whatever you can. If you can donate $5, if you can't donate any money, but you can wear pink, you can do whatever.
Just to
Spread
raise that awareness, yeah.
Share an Instagram post, like a tweet, whatever it is. Talk
Yeah.
to somebody, do it up.
100%. And that is my number one.
Alrighty, my number one. My number one is one we talked about earlier. Didn't speak about it as much as of yet. Game of Thrones team draft.
Yes.
Loved it. It was so much fun to do. I just had a blast building the team. I mean, that was in the height of Thrones. Thrones was still
Yes.
decent to us. We still liked it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, Luke.
No, but did season 7 even come out at that point?
I think
It was right before it, right?
it was. You know what? Let me look at the the order of
Yeah.
our episodes, because that'll answer it for us.
I'm almost positive it was prior to it, because we wouldn't have done it afterwards, because we wouldn't have been as interested, because we would have been pissed. Because I bring it up all the time still, and you hate it.
Oh, yeah, I can't deal.
So that was our 6th episode.
Yeah, so 100%.
And then our 9th episode was our episode 2 review of season 8.
There you go. Season 8.
Yeah, so I think it might have been right at the beginning, like the season premiere, or probably a little
Probably
bit
right
before the
around it,
season
yeah.
premiere. Good job.
That was unexpected. You know, we should do a top 5 least favorite podcast.
We should do a top 5 of everyone's best moments, and we should do like top 5 bloopers of me or cursing. Top 5 Joe moments.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, let's watch the video of
let's
the
do it.
football one. And this is really just gonna show
Absolute
off our
savage
teams.
team. Oh, absolute savage teams.
I'll go real quick. My
I
defense.
still think for voting wise, I think
Linebackers, Khal Drago, Eddard Stark, and Oberyn Martell. My defensive ends are Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr. My defensive tackles are Master Aemon and Varys. My cornerbacks are Rickon Stark and the Waif. And my safeties are Arya Stark and Robb Stark. My offensive line is left tackle The
Phenomenal
Mountain,
team.
left guard Tormund, center Hot Pie, right guard Robert Baratheon, right tackle Wun, Dario Naharis as my tight end, Ygritte and Daenerys as my running backs, Gendry and Bronn as my wide receivers, and the Night King as my starting quarterback.
I'm telling you right now, man.
How are you beating
And
the
for
Night
my
King?
team, I have my 3 linebackers as Brienne of Tarth, Roose Bolton, and Stannis Baratheon. My 2 defensive ends are Euron Greyjoy and Ramsay Bolton. My 2 defensive tackles are the Hound and Mance Raider. My 2 center back, right? Center
Yep.
center backs.
Cornerbacks.
I have Leon and Ollie.
Center backs, all
And my
good.
2 safeties are Osha and Joffrey. As we move on to offense, my quarterback is my boy Jon Snow. My both my wide receivers are Grey Worm and Wakan Hagar. My 2 running backs, we have
Hagar.
Benjen Stark and Littlefinger. My tight end is Jorah Mormont. And my offensive line, we got Jamie as left guard and Sam as right guard. Hodor as left tackle. Tyrion as my center.
That's gonna.
And we got
That's some trouble.
Jorah.
That's trouble. Yeah, that's not.
No, Jorah's dad.
Papa Mormont.
Yeah,
Papa
Papa
Mormont.
Mormont.
Papa Bear.
Yeah, as my right tackle.
All right.
Some solid teams.
Was Bran Stark in there?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think anyone.
I think
chose
Bran. I think I
Stark.
might have said like Bran is my coach. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, he would have been like my deep safety, like my.
You would have been your safety.
He would have been my safety.
Why? He wouldn't have moved. He's in a wheelchair
That's
permanently for the rest of his life.
That's for you.
My God. No, yeah, but I mean, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good time, even though I know, like, again, like you were saying, you're like, I don't even know football as much. I mean, it was still, you still had a solid team, and, like, you understood putting big guys where they needed to
Of
be.
course.
And, you were like, okay, these got to go here. But no, I mean, it was a blast. It was so much fun to do. And I think the teams were pretty evenly matched. I think my offensive line would hold pretty well because I have one on the one side. You're not getting to him. The Night King can just sit back there all day and just
Night
pick
King's
up.
literally like he's like Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady throws bullets, literal, actual, figurative, real bullets.
Go right through a dragon.
He'll throw the ball through you.
Ruin your season,
Well, I remember no dragons. We specifically said no dragons.
Yeah, that's right.
We allowed giants, but no dragons.
The greatest safeties of all time.
The dragons, yeah, because they'll take up the whole entire field. But yeah, no, I mean, that one was that was a blast.
It was a fun one.
I had a lot of fun with it. I liked it too. It was fun, like, actually, like, putting it all together. I remember, like, I was in my office doing it, and I was, like, messing with people, like, telling them, like, oh, like, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, and people were getting a kick out of it. They were doing it, like, kind of on their own, filling out, like, sheets and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
It was good, but...
Cool.
Wow.
All right, Joe, you're number one.
Well, it's your number two, and my number one is the Reiki healing, with Steve-O and Nick, and that really was something else. Like, not just the podcast, but afterwards when they were doing, like,
the Reiki healing and everything.
Reiki healing on us. Like,
yeah.
Luke, I felt like I was in, like, an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
It was really
Listen,
And let's see, what else? They showed us a video beforehand.
That's right. We
Remember
watched
that?
a documentary called The Secret.
Yeah,
Parts of the documentary called
Yeah.
The Secret.
It was very, it went a little over my head at the time, but I felt like, as most things do.
Yeah, understandable.
The secret is that you can do anything as long as you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a good secret.
It is a good secret.
Well, because are they Cosm guys too? You guys are all Cosm guys?
They're the ones that introduced me to Cosm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, an old friend of mine, Spatty, if you're out there somewhere, I know we will connect again one day, somehow spiritually. I have to find that picture for you. I have to find that thing for you and show you her original, the one from Cosm that she drew. It's an amazing piece. But Spatty was so huge into it, used to do it all the time in college. I always used to love hearing about the stories. It wasn't necessarily my thing, but it was always something fun to learn about and just kind of listen to and feel the energy of her. She was always someone that was so positive that it radiated to everybody.
Yeah.
So super, super, super positive person, super good vibes, super good energy. So I feel that one.
And that's how I felt when I was like in like this room during the podcast, like super good vibes. They brought out all these amazing rocks.
Yeah.
They gave me one of his rocks to take home.
That's right.
It's still on my my windows.
There you go.
Nice.
So my
Charge it up.
Little table next to my bed.
That's how it's supposed to charge, right?
Yeah, well, you charge it in the sun, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know a lot of people that do the rock stuff, and I'm not wearing it, but a good friend of my girlfriend's, it's in my car. I drive with it now. Made bracelets for my brother for after his accident, and it's like a charcoal bracelet, like has charcoal rocks all on it, and then it has gold beads, and the gold beads are supposed to like signify like security and safety.
Okay.
So like the person that was making them was really into rocks too. So everyone that bought those has it and wears it and uses it as safety. I use it for when I drive because I want the safety there.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so cool. I mean, again, it can be, there's so many ways you can go about it, which is amazing. So
Man, some of those rocks look so awesome. I'm
Crazy.
always, like a visual guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
Steve brought
yeah.
more than a handful of rock.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and laid them all out on the table and everything like that.
crystallized on
Yeah.
the Stuff,
Yep.
like-
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And I was never much of like a believer in that stuff, but I swear after like that weird out of body experience I had when we were like laying down and they were doing like some what do I even call it? Like
Well, the way
it
we
was Reiki healing.
it was Reiki healing, but the way we were laying down,
It was
because
a ritual.
it was almost like a ritual, basically. To be honest with you,
Well,
yeah.
it was a rich. You can say it. Can't you say it was a ritual? in like a positive way, right?
No,
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they put the stones on they put all the stones
On each
our
chakra.
Like the chakras.
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I swear, I felt something. I got really lightheaded, and you're not supposed to open your eyes. I opened my eyes at one point. I looked at Frankie's boy Nick, and I'm just like I just saw like my everything was just like stars.
Just blacked out.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
literally like half blacked out, and I looked at him, and he just looked at me, and he was like,
Yeah.
"It's real," and I'm like, "I don't know what's going on, but it's real."
Joe's in the netherworld.
Yeah.
I went to the shadow realm.
You're in the upside down. You're in tenet.
I came back.
You're
out of
working
it, though.
backwards.
No. I don't want to be in Tenet. Okay, I can't be in Tenet.
Do not slander Tenet right now. We're ending the episode fine. We're ending the episode fine. Shut your mouth.
Don't ruin the
What
50th
even happened?
episode.
It's the last 30 minutes of the movie. Like what was going on?
We should have done a Tenet breakdown episode.
Maybe one day
Maybe one day.
when I watch those videos. All right.
Shut up!
We are gonna end it there. I really enjoyed this episode.
No, it was
it was great to look back on our
Yeah,
past
man.
episodes and everything like that. I hope
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say 50 is crazy. I mean,
50 is crazy.
you
I'm
know,
so glad
it's-
we've made it this far in the
Dude,
podcast.
I literally I always laugh whenever I am coming to one of the episodes because I always laugh from back in the day when we kind of started we've always been in communication, but we started talking more. We're like, oh, we should do a podcast, and then we started talking about it. Like, oh, we should do a podcast.
Yeah,
and
right.
we literally finally did it, and we're like, oh, great. And obviously, I love that you're doing your stuff as well now. But now we're sitting here, we're at 50 episodes, and it's not just again superheroes and movies. It's everything.
That's right.
So I think that's what's so cool about it. Looking back at it now, it's we stay to our stuff. We still play to our our niche. We do our Game of Thrones, we do our, Walking Dead and superheroes and all that stuff, but then we still find other great topics and people to bring in, and I think that that's definitely an awesome aspect.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right.
Couldn't have said any better. That's how you end an episode. Yeah.
Well, here's to another 50 more episodes. If you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and also follow us on Instagram at Podcast with Frank, where we will be posting clips of our podcast on there as well. As far as future episodes concerned, we have 8 more episodes until the premiere of Frank Gaming Season 2. When that premieres, we're going to take a 10-week break from the podcasts. So we got 8 episodes left until our break. So we can't wait to bring these episodes to you.
Yeah.
And until then, peace out.
See ya.
Number 3 is Goosebumps.
Oh, wow.
dude.
I didn't even put that on my list. I'm so bummed. Good
Wow.
for you.
I didn't even think to put that.
Good for you.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
it's a good one.
clap-worthy. That's good.
Goosebumps was fantastic.
Books
I
or the
loved
TV,
it.
what was better?
I'm sorry?
Books or the TV show, what was better?
I thought the TV show,
Good.
yeah.
The haunted mask episode, the Halloween mask.
No.
that
Yeah,
used to come on
yeah,
your
no,
face.
that one's scary.
Look at
Bro.
Frankie's face.
And-
You can tell how scared
Dude,
he
that's
was.
still scary nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's
100%.
a
That's the
scary
one I was
episode.
the most scared of. You want to know what the most scared Jesse was of?
What?
The doll.
Oh, the Flappy guy.
Yeah, Flap.
Flapper,
Yeah,
that's his name,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So they had, for a kid show, it was scary.
You shouldn't
It
let your
was
kid. You
scary.
shouldn't let your kid watch that show. Okay, or be there with them so you can be like, "This isn't real." Like,
Yeah, right.
As you're terrified, as I'm
Right.
terrified in the corner, no, it's not real. I swear to God,
Your other kid goes, "Daddy, up!"
What?
When I tell you about sneaking up on me.